Yeah, I just had to screw up all my recording stuff. So, oh yeah.
Way to go. Way to talk. You just screwed everything. Oh my gosh. All right. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Enter the Scottyverse. This was going to be an interview, but at this point, it's just going to be me belittling this guy for the next however long I belittle him. This is my show. You don't come in here dropping the first words, all right? I was really excited to talk to you. You're looking like a chubby Derek Vineyard. For those of you who know who Derek Vineyard is, American History X, phenomenal movie. Anyways, this isn't totally an interview. This is more of my friend Austin here. Thank you for putting on the hat. That makes it better for me.
You're very welcome.
My friend Austin here is a bit of a cinephile. For those of you who don't know what a cinephile is, that's someone who watches movies too much. And Austin believes that there is a greatest movie of all time. For those of you who can't see it because you're only listening to audio, not watching the video, there is a poster behind Austin. Austin, go ahead and tell the people at home what they don't want to hear. What is that poster?
The greatest movie of all time is Godzilla 1998, the American version before this brand new 2014 one, the amazing one with Matthew Broderick.
Okay, I don't know how much further I can go with this. All right. First and foremost, I appreciate you as a human being, but I think you were so wrong just on every aspect. When did you see this movie for the first time?
So technically, I saw it when it first came out in theaters in 1998, March timeframe. My parents took me to the theater as I was a 3-year-old child. But the earliest time I can remember watching it was probably, I have to say, I was 5 years old in 2000. Roughly about August, right before the school year started.
You got really glitchy. What was the year?
So 2000.
All right, so you were 5 the first time you remember seeing it. So 5-year-old Austin. Oh, did I lose you? Man, look at this boy.
Nope,
That's why I don't invite him on this show. All right, so 5-year-old Austin sees this movie and thinks this is just the greatest thing he's ever seen? Or did you have to build on that? Dang. Look at it. All right, everybody.
Well, hold on.
Yeah, you work out your thing. You just give me a hey-o whenever you're ready to go. So I invited him on the show because, I thought this could have been a lot of fun. But this boy can't – he's my computer guy, and he can't figure out how to make the interwebs work. I've seen South Park. I know how the interwebs works. Are you good now? Can we
Terribly
continue?
Sorry.
I mean, you're still frozen.
Please tell me it's working.
Your internet is so bad, it screwed up my internet.
I am terribly. It says my internet connection is unstable, so I apologize.
It's unstable just like me at this moment.
Yeah, you are very unstable at the moment. Hopefully you had enough to drink.
That's not on debate here. What's on debate is 5-year-old Austin saw Godzilla 98, and at that point, what are you drinking, first of all? What was that?
Oh, I'm drinking, I'm not going to lie, barefoot wine, Moscato.
That's fine. No, that's fine. Good for you. Drink what you enjoy. I mean, I just interviewed a 21-year-old young lady who also drinks cheap Moscato wine, so good for you.
It was left in the fridge. I just didn't feel like making myself Jack and Mountain Dew.
And I can get, God damn, you're so trashy.
I am.
Jack Daniels and Mountain Dew?
It is one of the most amazing drinks, let me tell you.
Oh, my, how do you, oh.
First of all, you got to love the citrus flavor of Mountain Dew. Second of all, Jack, it burns, right? You put those together, it's a smooth drink.
And the sad thing is you're not even from the South. Tell everybody where you're from.
I am from Wisconsin.
And you drink Mountain Dew with Jack Daniels. That's like the most Southern combination of things I've ever thought of for a white trash bash. Anyways, so.
Back to this Godzilla.
Yeah, I mean, we'll get there. We won't. I don't know. So 5-year-old Austin sees Godzilla 98. At that point, did you have a light bulb and say this is the greatest movie ever, or did you have to grow into understanding?
Honestly, yes, that was basically the light bulb of, oh my goodness, I love it. So I always grew up loving dinosaurs. I had all those toys, you know, those T-Rexes, Stegosauruses, you name it. I had the dinosaurs. T-Rex was one of my favorites.
Yep.
And they made a movie about a iguana being mutated that is close to a T-Rex, but it blows fire. So it's like a dragon too.
Wait a minute. Did Godzilla blow fire in Godzilla 98?
So technically, yes. Blew fire twice, and only twice.
I don't recall seeing this, and I forced myself to watch the movie twice to get ready for this interview.
So the first time he actually blew fire was at 2 military vehicles chasing him. Godzilla turns around, blows the fire, engulfs the 2 military vehicles in complete flames. The second time is towards the end of the movie, roughly about the last 10 minutes. Godzilla, again, tries to burn the taxi with Matthew Broderick and everyone in it, and completely misses as the taxi takes a right turn heading towards the Brooklyn Bridge.
So you basically got this movie down step by step, detail by detail. It's kind of like me with Forrest Gump, the first VHS, because I watched it on VHS 1 and 2. I had the entire first VHS line for line memorized of Forrest Gump. So I don't think it's the greatest movie ever. It just, for whatever reason, I guess I recognized somebody else that had a mental disability, and I just flocked to that. I'm trying to look up some information about Godzilla real quick.
Well, that's the funny thing is, so I actually recently reacquired my VHS copy of Godzilla, and I've been working on this, collection, as you can see. So I got the original movie poster right behind me, and then, of course, off screen, I have all the action toys, all the vehicles that go along with the collection. A couple of the more recent ones that came out, actually, Japan released a little, I don't know, what do you call those little bobbleheads with the big heads, tiny bodies?
Yeah, bobblehead. That's
basically.
Yeah. Most people know what a bobblehead is, so you're doing good.
You're right. I'm very bad at describing these items. Well, I just came into contact with a person that was selling me all these. I even got this awesome party hat for my birthday. You know, I got to be a grown man. I got to-go cups, got to have those. I have just about everything to complete my collection like no tomorrow. That's how much I love this movie. And even my first tattoo was Godzilla.
What? Okay. So I assume you saw movies before Godzilla. I mean, your parents took you to... I have a story about little kids in movies, by the way. But...
So it's kind of funny. The first movies I actually did watch were... some Disney movies that were out there, like Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, and that stuff. But my dad was huge into the Transformers, the movie. It was a cartoon animation of the Transformers, and
we're talking pre. Oh God, who? Michael Bay.
Michael Bay.
Yeah.
Yes. Back when they originally killed off Optimus Prime, and a bunch of children went into depression / suicidal, I guess.
I mean, that'll happen. Optimus Prime died on a cartoon. You might as well end your life. What else is there to live for?
He's a hero. So, yeah, everyone went into severe depression. So I watched that. I watched The Amazing Starship Troopers, which I give a solid number 2 on my list.
I'll give you Starship Troopers. That's a cult classic. It's a phenomenal.
It's got to be. I mean, the good old jokes. I mean, you can't go anything wrong with the nudity, the great blood and gore. They made amazing bugs. Like, the enemy was just truly mind-blowing.
Yes. And terrifying at that.
Yes.
So you see all these movies. So at 5 years old, you see Godzilla 98, and I mean, you're sold from that point on. Like, has anything else even come close to scratching? So Starship Troopers are number 2, but has anything else, can you look at anything and say this may have a chance of debunking Godzilla, or is it just flat out, no, Godzilla is the end-all, be-all of movies?
So that's the funny thing is, no matter what movie I watch, whether it be the new Avengers movie, Endgame, or if it's, let's say, Starship Troopers, or what's that one I just watched? 1,000 Words with Eddie Murphy.
Well, I don't like Eddie Murphy. So.
Yeah, well, he's a great actor. But either way, like, you watch those movies, and you're just like, oh, that was a good watch. Okay. Yeah, I'm done watching it. Well, Godzilla is like, honestly, me, I watch it almost 3 times a week. It is just truly fantastic because it's a movie I can go back to, and I don't have to look at it, the action or the family aspect or the drama, whatever. I can just be like, oh, that part's cool. Look at what the military's doing, or let's see what the reporter's doing. Just silly stuff.
Yeah, it's silly. It's a silly movie with terrible script. The actors seem like they were just phoning it in. I mean, oh gosh. I mean, I'm not trying to bash on your life here, but I can just spitball movies that if I want to watch a terrible movie that I think is going to be great, I'm going to watch Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. Terrible movie, funny as heck. I can watch that over and over again. How many head injuries do you have? Let's talk about that for a second.
Oh, head injuries. Well, technically, I have one severe concussion. How does that?
That's it. That's that. Oh, that's cute. So you have one severe concussion, and you still think this is a good movie?
You're damn right, I do.
So let me buy. This is the first interview I'm doing where I'm actually being more negative than not. And A, it's because I love you and I know you can handle it. B, because I know. Don't you put that glass of wine in a stupid Godzilla holder. Oh, my gosh. Everybody.
See, it's a Godzilla holder. He hugs it.
So
obviously my cup's too big, so I can't use it.
That's what she said.
Don't worry. I also have a lunchbox to go with it.
People who listen to the show know that I try to stay positive on this show, but with you, I just can't do it. I just have to yell at you. You're that type of human being, and I love you for it.
Oh, that's
and I love the fact that you think –
go ahead, bring it on.
This entirely just dumpster fire of a movie is any good. Like the military's actions make no sense. Like I said, they're talking to each other and the dialogue sounds forced and like they're not delivering it as in people. It's like when you stand up and you read a freaking post briefing. Sir, this is my limits. I will not leave 25 feet around my gate check. Do you have any questions? Thank you, sir. It's robotic. There's nobody's acting a character. They're collecting paychecks.
Oh my god. See, that's where you're wrong. Okay. So one of the scenes, Godzilla's first coming into New York and
Godzilla doesn't count as a character.
No, hold on. Okay. The character I'm talking about is Animal. Then you have Animal's wife, and then you have Audrey. They're all in a restaurant. They're talking, and basically Godzilla's storming through. This is the first time Animal gets to actually record Godzilla and be like,
yes.
Holy crap. Well, the funny thing is, they're like, what is it? Is a parade coming or something, right? And they go look around. They're like, no, there's no way that's a parade. And then the entire restaurant starts shaking. Then Godzilla walks by, and they're like, whoa. Animal runs out, right? And then he goes to get his camera. He's like, this is really important. Well, Animal's wife goes, get back here, you retard. That's what she says. And it is the most funniest line because I can relate that to my marriage because I go do something stupid. My wife's like, get back here, you retard. And it was fluent, And then you jump forward towards the end of the movie, and you have Godzilla being shot by missiles, and then you have the military talking to each other, the fighter pilots, and they're like, sir, we launched the missiles, and the target is still up, still moving. Well, circle around and fire again. Boom. They circle around, fire again, and then Godzilla falls, right? But I give about 90% of the talk or interactions between the people are perfect. Yes, it's like a normal conversation. I admit there is a couple scenes, like the exact middle of the movie, when Audrey is talking to Nick Tatopoulos in the rain after she stole his top secret video clearance of Godzilla's first footage.
Right, and what a terrible human being she is for doing that.
Yes, but the thing is, if you watch that scene slowly, you can see her just talking like, oh, I'm sorry, but she smiles like, hey,
yeah.
Like an idiot. I'll admit, yeah, that was some bad acting, but at the same time, I'm also the type of person when I'm getting yelled at or something, I smile. I'm like, oops, my bad.
You've smiled at me before when I yell at you. I get that. That's awful. You.
And that's how I related it to. Oh, okay, that's relatable. I get where she's coming from, and that's how I made it instead of a bad acting move, because she even said it was a bad acting move, and I made it from a bad acting move to a great relatable move.
So basically what you're telling, I got a phone call. Hey, I got a phone call. This is more important than our conversation.
Oh, of course.
Hey, buddy, I'm in the middle of a podcast. You're on speakerphone. The whole world can hear you. What's up?
Oh, crap. Hey, I was about to make a Walmart run, wondering if there's anything I need to grab.
Nah, just get your lickies and chewies for the drive up, and we'll buy everything else when you get here.
All right, we'll figure it out.
All right, I love you.
All right, cool.
Bye.
All right,
All right. So I have my very first best friend in the whole world is coming to see me next week, and that's what that was, everybody.
Wow, that's amazing.
It is. He knows that I'm here by myself, and he feels bad, and he's like, you know what, screw it. He's taking a week off and coming up here to be with me, which is incredible because, you know, we talk about the military and we talk about, you know, being there for each other. Nathan's never been in the military, and I just, you know, in passing, I was like, yeah, dude, being here alone without the family sucks. And about 3 days later, he said, hey, as soon as I can be there is the 20th. I'll see you on the 20th. Didn't even ask me if I was okay with it. He's just forcing himself in because he knows I'm by myself, and that's awesome. And I respect him for that. Anyways, back to your debacle. So we're talking about the fact that the actors aren't being good actors. They're being like crummy human beings that don't know how to interact with other human beings. And that is what connects with you. You don't know how to interact with other human beings. You're like, ha, ha, ha. I shouldn't have burned down that daycare. Ha, ha, ha. That's what I'm getting from you in this conversation.
See, my friend, that's where you're wrong. Like I said, they talk like normal human beings, not like robots. And it's so relatable. Any person can watch this movie and be like, damn, that hit me in the heart, or that was action-packed, something, you know? You will never see a point where you're just like, oh, this is so lame. No, you'll get some type of emotions out of it.
I got zero emotions out of this movie.
I feel like you lack emotion at this point then.
Well, you're probably not wrong. Have you met me? Anyways, so cool. So she had a weird interaction with Matthew Broderick. Let's talk about Matthew Broderick for a minute.
One of the greatest actors of all time, by the way.
He's phenomenal. I mean, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, top 5. But how do you go from being Ferris Bueller, so full of charisma, so amazing? I mean, he owned that part, and then he does this Godzilla, and he was the most phoned-in part of all. He was just there delivering the lines. I didn't believe him. I didn't think he was a normal human being. I didn't think he was an actor. He was a damn automatron just collecting his paycheck. Well, you know, you shouldn't have stolen my tape. You hurt my feelings. No emotion, no normal conversation, nothing.
See, that's the thing, though. So don't get me wrong. Yes, Bueller's Day Off. My bad. You know,
I screw stuff up all the time. I like stuff. It's not stuff. It's stuff. I mean,
stuff. Well,
the more we drink, the better this podcast gets.
Oh yeah, that's exactly where I'm at right now.
Okay.
I'm three drinks in.
That's cute.
I started with 4 Coors, then I had a shot of Jack, and now I'm on a big ass cup of wine.
I remember my freshman year in high school.
Yeah.
My last podcast, they did cocaine in Peru while hiking mountains. Get on that level, friend.
I will get on that level.
Please don't. You have a career in children.
Oh yeah, you're right.
All right. Anyways, so yeah, Broderick. Animal had some pizzazz, and that was a man. I'll give you, maybe he was acting like his career depended on it. But Broderick, at that point, I mean, I want to see Broderick's financial situation in '97 when he was approached with this.
So actually, his financial situation was actually good. No,
I'm ready to call BS. You know Matthew Broderick's financial standings in 1997.
So
did you pull up his IRS records?
No, I did not pull out his IRS records. No, I looked up was an interview. It was between him and the director of the whole Godzilla stuff.
Who's the director?
I know
nobody knows because it's
Roland
not
Emmerich.
Roland Emmerich. He's done some other big things.
You're not wrong.
Didn't he do Independence Day?
That is correct.
So he had Independence Day, which was like 96.
Yeah, but it was Will Smith. You know, it's an all right movie, you know. Will Smith is an all right actor. You know, we can all go past it, okay? We all understand Matthew Broderick. Okay, Matthew Broderick, way up here. You see this line? Like, above the Godzilla poster.
Well, so you got to be...
Yeah. Way down here. And then you got every other actor.
So you're saying Matthew Broderick is above Godzilla. Will Smith is like half of Godzilla. Every other actor is below Godzilla.
Like, okay, you remember Robin Williams?
Never heard of her.
The genie, you know, the one. Oh my goodness! Come on, Aladdin, the guy that played the genie, or Good Will Hunting.
Listen, man, all I'm saying is you ain't never had a friend like me. One of the greatest.
Okay, so you do know him. Okay, you know, so you got Will Smith down here, right? And then you got good old Matthew Broderick right up here. Robin Williams is the in-between. That is the best way to describe it, my friend.
Okay, I you've got me just out in right field right now, brother. All right, so you're telling me the greatest actor of all time could not get his chops up enough to be a decent fucking actor in Godzilla 98.
Well, okay, so that's the thing, right? He heard the pitch. The pitch was amazing. Okay? A worm freaking scientist checking out worms over in Russia, Chernobyl, you know, area. Checking out worms over there, and then poof. The government comes and is like, we need you. And he just has to check out radiation samples of basically Godzilla. And that's just an awesome way to basically tie him into it, right? Yeah. But the thing is, he was just like, oh my goodness, okay, you know, it's a far-fetched for him at first, right? He was like, I don't know. And then he was told Godzilla, and he's like, oh, I used to watch Godzilla, you know, when I was a little bit younger. That stuff was cool to me. I want to be part of a Godzilla movie, right? You look at the new Godzilla movies, Godzilla looks like he ate McDonald's for 4 freaking years straight and has abs because he's so fat that his fat is buckling in, you know?
So he's doing the Chuck Liddell diet.
You could say that.
Okay. So I haven't seen any of the new Godzillas. I haven't seen any of the old Godzillas. The only Godzilla I've ever actually committed time to watch is Godzilla 98.
I mean, you chose a good one to start with. Then.
Because of that movie, I won't watch any other Godzilla.
Well, okay, so the new Godzilla, have you ever watched Breaking Bad?
Who has not watched it? If you haven't watched Breaking Bad and you're listening to this podcast, give me a call. Let's have a conversation. Anyways.
So the guy that played Breaking Bad, Heisenberg.
Yeah, Jesse Pinkman. Is it Heisenberg?
Heisenberg.
Yeah, the dad from Malcolm in the Middle.
I can't remember his name for the life of me.
Yeah.
But he played in the new Godzilla, the very first one. He became obsessed with trying to find or, you know, show that Godzilla is real or all these monsters are. Long story short, it was trash. Like, the rating, to me, the ratings should have been a lot lower than they were. Everything's hyped up. And then even the newer one where the monster battles, yeah, it was all right. They were pathetic battles, to be honest. So you take all that out, right? Take all the monsters. I get Godzilla is always fighting other monsters, saving the world, trying to be our hero.
Well, he's not always doing that. In Godzilla 98, there's no other monsters except for the baby Godzillas.
That's the best part, is that Godzilla is realistic. Okay, so you take nuclear test sites, and you have Godzilla being a radiated iguana egg that grows up to be the one and only Godzilla, right? So you have him grow up, mutated iguana, and then looking for a mating ground, you know, somewhere to lay its eggs. Well, Godzilla's asexual, so it's already born pregnant.
So why did it go to New York? That's colder. It seems like an iguana. He's out in the freaking Pacific Islands. He would have headed south to the Bahamas, Key West.
Now, remember, he was heading up there at the beginning of, what time did it release? March. So that's springtime. The iguana is going to go up there to lay eggs. You know, it's a giant
I've never once seen an iguana travel 4,000 miles from Florida up to New York to
You're
lay
100%
eggs.
correct. I've never seen an iguana do it either. But have you seen a nuclear irradiated Godzilla or iguana do it?
I've seen something similar to it.
Yeah, basically. So
her name was Becky.
Oh yeah, Becky is awful. Let me tell you.
Anyways.
So, but no, that's the thing. Godzilla migrated up there to go lay eggs and used Madison Square Garden as the egg laying area. And that's also one of the best part about the movies is the first part of the movie is finding out that there is a mutated lizard just doing its thing, right?
Sure.
Trying to live its life, just
Yeah.
like humans and whales and sharks and penguins, right?
Any animal on the planet just trying to live its life and survive. Yes, I get that.
Okay, cool. You get that. So he's trying to do his thing, and they're like, oh, that's crazy. We should check in on that, right? So they're checking in on that, and the second half of the movie hits, and you're like, it has babies. Awesome. Act 2, and you just get more into it because the whole military is like, we don't believe you. There's no babies. So, and then they bring the babies, and the military is like, we screwed up. We got to help. And that's when they blow up the Madison Square Garden. But it was just, like I said, you can have the action pack, and then you can have the family moment of, because after Madison Square Garden is blown up, Godzilla basically nudges the babies, like, are you alive? Come on, what are you doing? Just like
it was being paternal or
basically.
maternal. It was being maternal. Sorry.
Yeah, I guess it'd be maternal. But that was just like, that's the family aspect I look at. It's like Godzilla cares for the young, and you're just like, oh, why'd they kill the babies? And then you realize, like, because right before Madison Square Garden was destroyed and burned to a crisp, you see them all in some type of what is it, TV room recording studio, and they're like, before you know it, they'll overrun the population within the next year. We need to stop this. And you get both sides, and you're just like, oh, and it pulls at your heart. And it's one of the most appealing parts of the movie is that you get the family aspect, and then you get the military blowing everything up, even though the military is really awful in this movie, but that's what makes it great.
Yeah, the fat guy who plays the major or the lieutenant colonel that's in the army, you know what I mean?
Actually, I have his actual name.
He's a pretty he's a pretty big B-list actor, and he's just like he's throwing in thick on that.
You're not wrong. Where is he? Godzilla actors. Okay, so we have the guy that played O'Neill was Doug Savant.
Who the hell's O'Neill?
So he was the blonde sergeant that Colonel Hicks would call and be like, you damn good job, did a damn good job, kid. And he's like, oh, shit, cool. I actually did something for once, right?
Yeah, like you. That's your character.
Exactly. That's how I feel in life. All right. And then you had Kevin Dunn play Hicks, also played in Small Soldiers, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he was the dad in Small Soldiers.
Yes.
And that guy, he's
he
the behind the scenes. Yeah, he's a background actor who's phenomenal
100%.
at being a supporting actor.
I don't ever see him being a main actor, but he is truly amazing. And that, I feel like that seals the military part of why this movie is good, because he is a good damn supporting character. And to me, that seals it, right? Then you have, for Animal, Hank Azaria, right?
And Hank Azaria's been in quite a bit, actually.
He has even been in Friends,
the
TV show. So that's the best part. Amazing supporting character again in Friends, but then you give him like a minor role, I would say.
Yeah.
In Godzilla, he's the camera guy. That's what everyone knows him as.
And he was the character that I thought did the best to deliver as an actor.
Okay. Yes and no. So he's kind of that jokey husband kind of guy, right? So one of my favorite scenes with him is when he comes home and he realizes all these people, that got evacuated from New York or Manhattan, basically come over and they're all chilling in the house. He's like, whoa, who are all you? And then he talks to the wife and he's like, who are all these people? And then the wife tells him, oh, I can't just let them live on the street, and you got to go talk to Audrey. And it was just, that realistic kind of person thing. And then even beforehand, when they were back in the studio before Manhattan was completely evacuated, they were in the news station, and his wife says, oh, I'm having Audrey come over. And he's like, oh, threesome. I'm a little tired, but okay. And it was just
Because he's the animal. Got it. Cool.
Animal, yeah. And he was one of those great actors that I 100% can get back as a good minor character. Yeah. Then you have Maria Pitillo, right? She played Audrey.
Okay. She was hot. I mean, she's a good-looking woman. I'd watch her.
Oh, my God, 100%.
Yeah.
Amazing, beautiful woman. And
she was all 90s out with her curly hair and the clothes she was wearing. She looked like the stereotypical 90s hot girl. But other than that, not much in the acting department.
Like I said, there's only one scene I truly feel like she screwed up, but at the same time, it made it more realistic. And that was that middle of the movie, the raining scene of her apologizing. She's like, I know I shouldn't have done that, but my career. And he's like, well, I hope it was fucking worth it. Bye.
Yeah. So.
And then, so the guy that played Roach, Jean Reno, the guy that played the Frenchional.
Yeah, the French Special Forces guys?
Yeah.
What the hell was the French Special Forces doing operating in America?
French Secret Service, because it was their testing grounds over in I believe it's the Philippines.
Somewhere like that. But that just, cool. Way. I love Leon the Professional. Phenomenal movie. Young Natalie Portman.
Thank you.
Very underrated movie for its time.
100%.
But, I mean, he was decent in the movie, and his fucking goon squad comes in and does some really terrible fucking CQB. Like, how those guys are special forces is way beyond me.
Well, remember, they're Secret Service. They're not special forces. You got to remember that.
How are there any type of law enforcement government employee is beyond? Maybe the DMV. If I went and got the ladies from the DMV and said, hey, this freaking Madison Square Garden is full of 6-foot-tall baby iguanas that want to eat your faces, I'm pretty sure the DMV would fight them off better than these Frenchmen did. But then again, we are speaking about the French, and we all know what they did, and big old WW Deuce. Nothing. So.
See, hear me out, right? So the French were amazing, right? They come to America. They give kind of a light humor after, the Act 2 starts, right? And this is the best part about them. Okay, they come in, they're at the warehouse, and freaking, I want to call him the Frenchional right now because it's hilarious, right? So Roach is basically telling him, Matthew Broderick is like, why'd you kidnap me? Roach is like, I'm Secret Service. You understand, being a patriot, right? Want to protect your country. Well, that's what I'm doing. Hopefully you can get behind that. And of course, Matthew Broderick agrees. And it was like, damn, you connected with 100 freaking Americans, just like, boom, that, right? But hear me out. Again, they go into the warehouse, and Matthew Broderick is looking around. He's like, holy crap. You guys got a lot of weapons. Where'd you get it? And he's like, this is America. You can buy everything. And it was awesome that the CIA of France can just be boom.
Well, you said they weren't the CIA of France.
Whatever they need. No, CIA, Secret Service. Yeah, you're right. They're Secret Service, not CIA. I'm sorry. You put them in.
So then, were they actually classified as Secret Service for France?
100%. So when
the Secret Service in America is supposed to fucking protect the president.
That is 100% correct.
So somebody needs to figure out what the hell the Secret Service of France is supposed to do, because I'm pretty sure coming to America, buying bootleg guns, and dealing with Matthew Broderick's non-acting bullshit in this movie is way beyond their wheelhouse.
Oh, that's where you're wrong. You didn't understand. Yes, France likes to surrender a lot, but their Secret Service is basically special forces, like basically equivalent to America's Delta Squad Force.
Are you saying this for a fact with research, or are you just talking bullshit right now?
Oh, this is related to the movie.
So,
that's how they're related.
Okay, so in the fucking magical Godzilla realm.
Yes, the magical Godzilla realm. The
Secret Service means Navy SEAL.
Basically.
That's
but in the real world, I have no idea what the French Secret Service does. But in the movie world, they take care of all of France's mistakes and clean it up, make sure no one else knows about it.
By knocking over fucking gumball machines so that 6-foot lizards fall on their faces.
Nick Totopoulos did that, Matthew Broderick.
Oh, so the Americans had to save the French again!
See, but that's where you're wrong, because the French had to save the Americans because the Americans were too dumb to leave the freaking newscast room. And he's like, "You coming with?"
It's
And
not that he was too dumb. He just wasn't trained or skilled enough to do it. So you have the special forces guys who should be figuring out everything, and they're running away from fucking dinosaurs, and an American's like, fucking gumballs! Boop!
Yes, and they threw
Problem
that in
solved.
there as a comedy bit, too.
And here comes a fucking Predator missile to destroy Madison Square Garden.
Which totally was awesome. Did you see the explosion? It went,
The
boom.
best part about this movie was the destruction by the United States military that happened to New York.
I mean, that was pretty awesome. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Destroy the Brooklyn Bridge, detonate the freaking Madison Square Garden. And I'm not saying this as a terrorist or anything. I just think it's hilarious. I had to throw that out there before I get blackballed. But no, this movie it's nonsensical at best.
See, I mean, don't get me wrong. It's got its jokes. It tried to play off of a lot of Jurassic Park, too. Like, even the trailers try to pull off Jurassic Park. They're like, bigger is better, right? Or size does matter.
All I remember from that time frame is Taco Bell had that stupid Chihuahua.
Hey, that Chihuahua, by the way, is an icon for Godzilla.
And yeah, and he came out and like Godzilla's on a rampage, and the Taco Bell dog comes up. He's like, "Yo quiero Taco Bell," and gives Godzilla a freaking taco.
And that was one of the best things.
So why did they give him a mountain of fish instead of Taco Bell? Godzilla would have just gone away.
And this is one of the exclusive Godzilla Taco Bell cup holders. Yes, you can't get that anywhere else. Why do you think Godzilla showed up there? Because he wanted Taco Bell.
Where did you get that, though?
So
eBay?
Yeah, 100%.
How much? I mean, if you're comfortable.
No, honestly, it was only, I believe I bought that one for maybe $17, $20 with shipping. The reason was, so I used to have one, 100% did. My problem was I actually broke the head of it and was not able to fix it into a complete form. And I got so upset and I never got it replaced. So it is what it is. But I also bought, which again from eBay, because that's the only place you can collect these toys and collectibles nowadays is eBay. I bought all the freaking Taco Bell exclusives, little helicopter launcher, the little Godzilla egg guy. There's a little squirt tank, you go on. But I paid $60 for a set of 6, so 10 each. And yeah, that was expensive. But was it worth it?
You have 10 of those Godzilla cup holder things.
No, I only have one. I only needed one because it's just for me. I'm the only one that loves Godzilla.
Then what's a set of 10 then?
Oh, I mean 10 per little Taco Bell toys. So that that was like these little awesome Godzilla toys, right? They were just that McDonald's Happy Meal, but for Taco Bell.
I never knew Taco Bell did kids' toys, so that's.
Oh yeah, they used to all the time, and then they ended up stopping. Like this hat, right? Bought it.
Yeah, Godzilla hat.
eBay.
So how much would you say, just ballpark, you think you've spent on Godzilla, quote unquote, collectibles?
Over $2,000. Actually, no, I take that back. Over $3,000 now. So I just recently paid for one item. Actually, let me grab that right now so I can show you. This item was $500.
Was this item in the movie? Do you have anything directly from the movie itself?
So, okay.
Do you have to walk away to do this?
It's literally right.
All right, yeah, go get it. Go get it. No worries.
Gotta grab it real quick.
Yeah, we'll all wait. Da 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 da.
Like a small child. So, obviously, this thing's pretty freaking massive, right?
Yeah, about the size of your torso, right?
Yeah, exactly. Okay. This thing is one of my prized possessions. It's literally called the Ultimate Godzilla, right?
Sure.
When I got this thing, I was talking to the eBay guy that was selling it, and it was brand new in box. And me personally, cool, it's great to have in the box, but some items are better presented completely made. This one, again, freaking massive.
Do you have the dimensions on it off the top of your head, or is it?
Well, what is it? I think 2 feet long and like 2 feet wide. The size of a year and a half year old child.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, like, but it's the best part is, I mean, the worst part is I paid $500 for it, but it did complete my collection. It's the most expensive item that I could buy, but it was worth it because it's one of those toys that you can put the little miniatures that you buy for it in its mouth. It will swallow it, and then you can actually, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, you just take off the back spine, pull out the toys, and then it makes this cool sound. Right? Yeah, awesome. You hear the Godzilla sound and everything, and you're just like, oh, it's so cool. I am a grown man, but a child at heart, right? I have all of the toys. I even got this awesome exclusive bottle, drink cup thing. I don't know what you want to call it, but it's one of my, again, awesome Godzilla collections.
All
like
right,
I said, but I did so that one alone was $500, and then I bought every figure for roughly $20 each, and there is 20 plus. Well, yeah, about a little bit, 24, 25 of them. So you put all that into perspective, and then you got the vehicles. The vehicles alone are like $100 to $200, and then I have one Godzilla figure that it alone charges $200 for it, but I got a sweet deal on it because I bought a huge package. And then, best part is, as soon as I get my small photo finished, I can put it on my Giza ID, which is my Godzilla Intelligence Agency. I get to be a special agent on the Godzilla Force. Yeah, that's right. How awesome is that? You don't get that anywhere else. You can't buy it because it's I believe Toys R Us exclusive, and I'm pretty sure they're closed.
So let me just stop everything right here for those that are still listening. Austin is not playing a role or a part or acting. He's actually this adamant about this movie, and it's endearing. I don't want to be negative at you anymore because you kind of lighten my heart. I still think it's a garbage movie, but you and your love for this movie and how much you dedicated to it, it's lightening me as a person to be like, man, garbage movie, but I'm glad that it brings you so much pleasure. I mean, I can't think of anything in my life that I've even tried to come close to collecting like that. I mean, I'm not going to take the time to track down anything. Yeah, the party hat, the poster, the freaking $500 2-foot by 2-foot toy. It's just, I'm glad that you have a hobby like that, and it's not doing cocaine.
Yeah, exactly. Cocaine's awful. Godzilla is eternal.
So, man, and
it's funny because my first tattoo was Godzilla.
Yeah, so that counts towards your whole Godzilla memorabilia nonsense.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, so what does your wife think of all of this?
She thinks it's ridiculous, 100%. Okay. She's like, I can't believe that you get all these toys and you don't let the kid play with it. I'm like, first of all, these are collectibles. There's a difference, right?
I said quiet there, woman.
Exactly. Right? Yeah. She's like, I got my Warhammer as well because I played that game. Mm-hmm. Warhammer 40K, tabletop game, little miniature.
I think I see some in the background there. Is that what that is?
Yeah, actually, right over there. Yeah, yep. That's my Tyranid army. So yeah, I paid, I think $200 for that, or a little more. Maybe 500, whatever. Long story short, I got it, and she's like, "Oh, you're gonna play with the kid?" I'm like, "Yeah, when he's 15. When he's smart enough to understand."
When he understands tactics.
Exactly. But these Godzilla toys, no freaking way will he ever touch these. These are not for kids. This is no longer in circulation. He will never touch these over my dead body. I would rather die than let him touch my Godzilla collection.
Well, if you die, your wife gets $500K and your kid gets your Godzilla collection.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I know.
But it's in my will that all my Godzilla stuff is be buried with me.
Are you being serious?
100%.
You actually have a so
In my will,
if you're comfortable with if you have access to your will and if you're comfortable with it, will you take a picture of that and send it to me and I will make that the like thumbnail for this
100%. Like I will have everything, sent over. I mean, it'll take some time because I have some people that
yeah, well, you got a couple weeks till this post, so you got some time. But
yeah, I will.
You seriously, you want me buried with your Godzilla memorabilia?
Oh, 100%.
So you want to take what you think is the greatest movie of all time and put it 6 feet underground with your rotting corpse, where nobody else will ever get to enjoy it ever again?
Yes.
You're a fucking pharaoh. You know that?
Oh, 100% I'm a pharaoh. See, it was either be buried with my 62 Cadillac or be buried with my Godzilla toys and my beautiful items. And you know what? I chose Godzilla over a 62 Cadillac. And I have a whole plan of being buried in a
mausoleum.
20, yeah, basically. I mean, it's going to be all Godzilla in there. So it's going to be Godzilla colors too. And every year be repainted. I have this huge dream one day.
I hope you have a good trust setup for all of this. So.
Oh yeah, definitely. I have $500,000 put aside just for this.
I don't believe you, but
that's okay.
Jeez, man. All right, so I honestly don't know where else to go with this. I would love to go back to the movie, but if we go back to the movie, I'm just gonna start talking shit again.
Well, that's fine.
No, I don't want to do that because I'm not on the team. This is a good movie side, but I'm feeling so positive right now that this makes you so happy that I don't want to bring negativity back into the conversation. So you said you basically have everything. Is there anything from the Godzilla 98 movie that you don't have that you're trying to track down?
There are a few items, yes. It's just odds and ends. So, like, there's a few stamps that I don't have, and there's a couple of these Stomper electronic walking toys. I think the baby puppet that I don't have. I mean, it's just, again, it's few odds and ends. I just haven't been able to purchase it yet.
Yeah.
Due to everything going on in the world. So
yeah. COVID, that'll happen.
I do plan on it. Right, and then so there's a beach towel. There's some clothes items. There's if I'm not mistaken, a 6-foot blow up doll of Godzilla, which I would 100% sleep with. And there's just all those odds and ends that I'm missing. Honestly, if I could ever get them, which hopefully I can contact some people to find some. I got some old, collectors that they have all these old toys from all these past, like Toys R Us. They took all the old toys and they put in their storage unit, and then now they're releasing them 10, 15 years down the line, saying, here you go. So I got to contact them, try to find these. But that is my plan, is to collect every single item I can. And then there's also the Godzilla TV series. Now, the TV series had a prototype toy line, never released to the public, but there's a few individuals that have those toys. If I could get those, yeah, I would totally get them. But again, it's one of those 1 in a million. I also got the movie prop, the Godzilla skin that I really want. And then they also got the fish truck, but that is $3,000 that I'm not willing to spend yet. Yes, it is literally yay big, maybe bigger, right? I mean, there's people huddled around, and it was used for the movie, in the actual movie, when Godzilla swings the truck around and all the fish are coming out. That is $3,000 and it's on eBay right now, and I'm just not willing to pay for it yet.
Yeah, $3,000 is a lot of money to spend on a truck that was a prop, a small, not a drivable truck, just a small prop.
Yeah, it's just a small prop with teeth in it, everything. And
but that would be the first prop that you actually had from the movie.
Oh yes, that would be the first prop. The other prop was a Godzilla egg, but the individual that I was contacting He didn't have it because there was only like I want to say 10, maybe 15 ever made of these Godzilla egg props. So in Madison Square Garden. Now they were
Gotcha.
so small, of course. We had it and it looked like garbage, honestly. But again, movie effects actually make it look better.
Yeah.
Actual gloss and whatnot. But it was in a case and everything, and he said that he had the certificate of authenticity, but that was $650, and I just wasn't ready to drop that just like that for a possible prop. And then the other props were again the Godzilla skin taken from this giant Godzilla, mechanic thing that was as big as a semi on a wall. They took the skin off and put in little plaques saying this is the official thing. And that's my goal one day is to have all of the props or as much or even a script of the entire movie. That would be awesome.
Yeah, and I'm glad you have something that you're going towards. So I just eBayed. So that Godzilla egg is currently on sale for $415.82.
It just popped up. No way. Because I literally checked yesterday, by the way.
So there you go, $415.82.
Oh, yep, that would be.
And it's got the little certificate with it. So I mean, that's wild, man. I mean, I'm glad you have something that you can get into. And I mean, people have spent money on weirder and stupider stuff than what you're spending money on.
Oh, 100%. People buy cars like Ferraris and other, stupid things.
Not even Ferraris, but I mean, just other cars. I mean, look at the cars I had for a while. I didn't have any reason for those cars.
I mean, you could buy an RV or something, something silly. And,
I live in an RV.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Well, you could buy that, but why would you buy that when you can buy Godzilla?
Yeah.
So that's the funny thing is because I'm actually planning here soon. My plan is this December that I am getting a full leg Godzilla tattoo of Godzilla crawling up my leg.
Well, here you got Godzilla movie postcard, book first printing, June 1998, $8.
I mean, yes, I do have the first showing Godzilla movie ticket. It's wrapped in the.
Hey, I got somebody knocking on my door. Let me go ahead and. One second, I'll be right back.
I'm going to continue talking about my Godzilla stuff because how awesome it is. So, I mean, I got freaking the Terror at Times Square, the Battle of Brooklyn Bridge. I got all the characters. So, Grappling Gear Nick, Animal, John Luke, Philippe. I mean, it's all over here. Like, I don't know if my camera can handle it. Oh, hold on. My hard drive. Ooh, my hard drive is in the way. I'm going to tilt this as best I can, and hopefully you can see that the wall is covered with Godzilla memorabilia, so on and so forth, right? That is how much I love this freaking thing, right? And I'm hoping that one day I can have it all. The multiple tattoos, of course. Like the Godzilla going on my leg is from my foot, being the tail, Godzilla coming up. But literally, you cannot choose a better movie. Because how can you choose a better movie if it's all family, action, so on and so forth, right? Hear me out. All of that. And then you got so awesomeness of, like, even all the baby Godzillas are even toys, right? You got all of those. You got little, freaking video games. I got most of the video games. Like, what is it? Virtual Shaken. Yeah, that's what it's called. You got the little Game Boy games, and the computer game, which was a multiplayer game, but people played as baby Godzillas, and other people played as military. The game is no longer working, and people like me that want to freaking play it, too late, because apparently the movie was a flop. But I honestly, truly believe it should have a sequel.
Well, so yeah, there's one baby egg left over?
Correct. There's one baby egg that hatches right after Madison Square Garden explodes and after the credits. It's like.
So what does the sequel look like to you?
So the sequel.
Where does the sequel start?
And okay, sequel starts. Baby hatches, right? Nick Tatopoulos or Matthew Broderick goes back towards that area, you know, investigating it, seeing all the leftover Godzillas, trying to get samples, right? Because, you know, hey, that's a big news. He already seen the big Godzilla. That ain't moving anytime soon. That Godzilla's a couple 100 tons. So it goes back to the Madison Square Garden, walks down the street collapse, right? Baby Godzilla comes out because he's in the sewer lines and whatnot. Smells Nick because he still smells like the egg yolk and whatnot, because all that is draining into the sewage and whatnot. So Nick gets up, Godzilla smells him, runs away because he gets scared, but keeps close because Nick is now the new mom, which is basically how the TV series goes. And it's hilarious because I didn't expect it to go this way, but this was how it was supposed to go. And you have this new Godzilla now following Nick Tatopoulos, and Nick's got to teach it how to basically behave so the military doesn't find it. And then it's supposed to go down to, was it Puerto Rico? That's the island south of Florida, I believe. Yeah,
Cuba?
Those islands are there.
The Bahamas?
Yeah, that's it. So it's supposed to go down to the Bahamas with Nick, and Godzilla's supposed to follow Nick on his little ferry down to the Bahamas, and Godzilla is now full grown, following the little ferry, and basically is supposed to fight this giant squid monster, which all again takes place at the first 3 episodes, I believe, in the TV series. That was how the second movie is supposed to go, and then there was a third one with more monsters. It was supposed to be a new series of Godzilla, which would have been awesome because you would have still got your monster fights, but with an Americanized scientific reasoning Godzilla.
Well, it's a shame it never happened, I guess. I mean,
it is
because then we could have had a trilogy to poop on and not just
honestly,
one movie.
I think it would have been bigger than Star Wars. Maybe bigger than Star Trek, you know, all those.
I'm not a huge Trekkie or Star Wars fan, so you're not going to get me riled up saying that.
Well, no, yeah, I don't want to get you riled up. I'm just letting you know.
I'm sure somebody just had an aneurysm somewhere.
Oh, probably.
But, I mean, to me, you're okay, cool. Whatever, man. Star Wars, Star Trek, not a big deal. I need to go ahead and start wrapping this up because I got stuff I got to do now. Austin, man. Terrible movie. But I'm glad that it makes you so happy and it gives you what I would consider a healthy hobby, you know? Thank you for taking your time to be here and talk with me. Before I do a closeout, do you have anything you want to say to anybody who's still listening to us at this point?
You know, honestly, I would love to say something. And my one and only thing to say is thank you to everyone that still loves Godzilla, even though it is rated a lot lower than it is. Keep on fighting for a future sequel. Because I truly believe if we all fight together, we can have a future movie.
All right. With that, once again, Austin, thank you for taking the time to talk to me, buddy. It was a good conversation, and it went way differently than I thought it would at the beginning. Guys, if you agree with Austin that there needs to be a revitalization of this movie or a follow-on, a sequel to the 98 Godzilla, I'm sure there's some congressman somewhere you can write because they're not doing much right now anyways. Thank you for listening to the Scottyverse interviews. This turned into an interview, oddly enough, and not just a beratement. If you guys have any questions, if you want to be on the show, you can reach out to me. He's got a hand puppet right now. You can reach out to me at scott.shirley@yahoo.com. Instagram is enter_the_Scottyverse. I would love to get with people and talk about whatever interests, hobbies, nonsensical Godzilla speaking into the camera that you want to talk about. Thank you all very much. Have a great day.